Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I am making a Funfold card. I'm not going, sorry I was turning the sound up there for you. I'm not going to decorate it or anything. I just want to show you the basics, how to put it together, and then you go with your own taste. These are the pretty prints that are still available free during celebration, and they're well worth getting. They're lovely, lovely set of papers, and this is the opposite side to this particular design. So this wee book is, well, it is a wee book. It's like a book fold, alright, sort of, but I wanted the layers coming out, and I'll show you inside now. It is a really nice wee thing to make, I think. You could use it as a wee album or a wee keepsake, a birthday card, any kind of card, so even sympathy. You could put pictures on the inside of the person, or, you know, you should let your imagination run away with you. But this is what I've done. I've inked up all the edges on these because I love that wee vintagey feel. But it opens like so. You've got the inside, then it opens again, and you've got a wee opener here. So there's lots of places to fill in or to play with, or put nice sentiments, or, you know, stamp all your lovely inspirational quotes or whatever. The choice is yours, or just use it as a plain card, and it will stand up. You know, it doesn't have to close completely. You can stand it up so you're seeing the three layers. You can close this one in and stand it up like a normal card. So you've lots of choice with it. It was in my head for ages, and just the first time I've had to have a wee play, and I really like it. So I'm going to show you how to make one. So you're going to need card and designer paper. I have gone with the favoured flowers. That's another freebie during celebration, and it has lots of lovely colours. The choice is yours, you know, go with whatever suits your taste. When I was cutting mine out, I actually ran out of this page. I thought I had two left, but I only had one because I made wee gift bags with it the other day. So I'm going with this one as my back page. It is just a slightly lighter shade of that, like petal pink here. So I'll be able to get away with it okay, because this will be the central page at the very back. So what you need then, I'm getting the measurements. So right, so the measurements. You're going to need a few pieces. The first piece will measure 3¼ inches by 6 inches. So just use whatever card you're going with. I'm going with Calypso Coral. The second piece you need is 3¾ by 6 inches. The third piece is 8¼ so the full width of the UK size card, by 6 inches. And then you need two pieces 1 inch wide by 6 inches long. And that is it. I'll tell you the measurements of this now anyway, showing them here. So you're going to cut your full sheet to a 6 inch size in half, in other words, but no, you're not going to cut it into 6. Cut it at 5 6/8, which leaves you the other half to use. So you'll probably use a full sheet and another wee bit. So make sure you have 2 sheets of it. So for the first 2 pieces, they need to be 3 inches by 5 6/8. So it's all going to be 5 6/8 deep. So make sure that you cut your paper, that if you're showing a pattern, that you've cut it the right way, that it's not, you know, running this way instead of the other way. Your pieces will run down the ways. One side will be this, the other side will be the opposite piece. So make sure that you choose a sheet that you like the pattern of. Second pieces are going to be 3½ inches by 5 6/8 again. So you need 2 of those, one facing one way, one facing the other. And then you're going to need another 2 pieces at 3 6/8, again by 5 6/8, again using both sides. And then you need one central piece, which you can use either the plain pattern or this. I am probably going to put a nice square, so I might go with the pattern, even though mine's not matching because I've run out. It's from the same pack, but this one needs to measure 4 inches by 5 6/8. And that is all your bits and pieces. So the first thing you're going to do is score this piece. So get your scoreboard or your cutter, whatever you use to score, and we're going to score it at 4 inches. Yeah, 4¼ inches. So slide that into 4¼ and then we're just going to score it. We want one side slightly smaller than the other. So we can just fold that, and you can see that leaves us that wee edge. So we'll just burnish that. And we're going to put our item together. That goes this way. This one folds in the ways, right? So, oh sorry, we should have scored these when I had that out. We're going to score these at 1/2 inch. So go to, it comes to 1 inch, score it down the centre at 1/2 inch. And the same with this one. Whoops. And that's all the scoring you need. So fold them up.
I'm going to take a shot.
So fold those in half and burnish. Same with this. I'm actually going to fold these the other way so that my writing's on the inside. It is only pencil, so you could score it out. So those are the bits that's going to hold your card together. So start with your smallest one, and we're going to stick it like so. So you want to put some glue, double-sided tape, whatever you want, but something that is strong and will hold it so it does not fall apart on you. Just put it along the front side of that. So the 3¼ inch is your first one. So you want to set it on there just so that it's nicely lined up, all nice and straight, and it goes from one end to the other, not sticking out on any particular area. So you want that nice neat finish. So again, you can give that a wee burnish. So now we're going to go to our next bit, which is 3¾ wide, and this is going to sit on here like so. So you want to put glue here, and again we're going to line this up with the edges and the length as best you can. Just pick it up and check that you're happy with it. And give it a wee burnish so everything's nice and neat. And that starts your opening. I'm going to have to rub this out, aren't I, before sticking my other papers down. So I can actually rub these out too. Not that it matters because I'm sticking DSP over the top of it. But if you do all your folds in the matching colours, it won't show up too much then when you're making your card. So now we're on to our next bit. We want to attach this to the back of this. So again, put your glue on. It really is like a wee book binding idea to hold it all together. So this is going to this side. Just keep playing with it till you get it nicely lined up again. So it's fine. Give it a wee burnish. And now this way. Keep the shortest one to your right, and we're going to pop this on here so that it's all forming your book. So you want to put glue along this. and just line it up. And pick it up before it dries. And just make sure that you're happy. That looks pretty good. So this will go in under here, and that forms that nice wee big shape. And now we're going to add our papers. So forget about your first one, don't do it just yet. We're going to go straight inside and do these ones. If you set all your papers down where they're supposed to go, that'll keep you right. So this one will go in the front. Just bear in mind which way your flowers go. Not even sure which way they go. Probably doesn't matter. So on the other side you have the matching one, and we're showing the orange bit this time to it. And the other papers I inked up the edges, as I said, in the pink. So if you're using light coloured papers and you want to add a bit of depth, now's the time to do it. So I'm just going to stick this in place. Near the bottom of this, so it's dripping everywhere, and I have to keep it turned upside down to get a good glug out. Now the most important thing when you're putting this in, make sure that it's well lined up, and you want that, follow that line the whole way along all these so it looks nice. So we're going to the next size up now, which is this one, and it will be the patterned paper. So just go with whatever way suits you. Which way looks best? This way, I think. So again, as I said, keep it lined up with that one, bottom on top as best you can. Just for a nice finish, nothing other than that, just it looks nice. It's very striking. So you want to continue on. You've got the other side of that one, which is going to go here. This one is going to go patterned. Turn it over here. This one's going to go the matching paper, and then the inside one will be this patterned paper. So you just want to go ahead and stick all those in place. Now we've come to this piece, which will be the nice patterned paper, but we want to add a wee slip of ribbon there. I'm going to go for the same ribbon, that nice wee organdy, glittered organdy ribbon. So I just need about that. You don't need a whole lot of it at all. About an inch. So get yourself a tape runner and go to where you think the center is and put a wee notch there. So you'll stick one piece of the ribbon, open it out and just stick one in the center. Put another wee bit on top so this sticks down. And that just gives you a wee pull to open up your page nice and easy, and then you can go ahead now and stick your paper in whichever way you think. So you want to stick this down so it's partially covering that where you stuck your ribbon down. And again, get a nice straight line going along here and at the top as well. And give it a good press at the ribbon part so that it takes well for you. And that is most of the book, or the card, whatever you want to call it, made. That will fold in here, they will close on top, and that gives you a nice wee run. But at this stage, if you want to add ribbon, it isn't a necessity. I like it finishing it off the card. You'll want a piece for the back as well if you're going to put ribbon, because the idea of it is that you hide your ribbon, so it will be under your paper like so, and it'll wrap around the back, and you're going to cover that with the same matching paper, which I forgot to cut, so I'm going to do that now. So you'll need a piece for the back, the same measurement as the center piece in here, so that was 4 inches by 5 6/8, and you'll want to cover that when you get your ribbon up. I'm going to do your ribbon first, so leave your front and your back pieces and get your ribbon, and you want to leave yourself enough to make a bow, so just sort of guess it. Do with a little less, you don't want to waste your ribbon, so bring that round to here, slide it off, holding on to that, and you'll know that is the length. When you pull that out, you need roughly that length there. So I'd say that's probably 1.5 foot. 12, it's 2 feet. So 2 foot of ribbon, 24 inches. So again, we're going to center it down here. So you want to run your tape down where you think that is the center. Don't go right to the edge, just leave a wee gap there so that it's not showing when you stick your designer paper on. Go to the center piece of your ribbon, and that's where you want to set this. So just run it along where you've stuck that and let it catch on the tape. And just to hold that in securely, we're going to stick our piece of paper over the top. So this is the front. So we're showing our patterned paper again. Work out what way I want it to go. So make sure your ribbon's sitting nice and flat for you. And central, and your lines are all looking nicely lined up, top and bottom. And then just let it take. Again, pressing over that ribbon joint so that it sits nicely. Now you want to do the same, swish it around the back, follow that line from there to there, leaving a gap at either wee bit so that you're not fully going out to the edge. It's just to hold it, give it a wee bit of security. So pull it over nice and tight. And you should have 2 nice bits of ribbon then to tie your bow. So we want to go back now with our paper, and we're going the opposite way this time. Just make sure I'm not upside down here. It's okay. So stick that in place, and that's more or less your creation finished. All you have to do now is decorate it up whatever way you suit. I will have these decorated, and on the blog, the link will be below the video, so you'll see how I finished them, and I'll tell you everything I used. And if you happen to do one, make sure and share it, because we'd all love to see it. So that holds everything in place for you. I think it gives you a great opportunity to play around with your stamps or your photographs or whatever you're into without it going mad. It's not an actual album or book, or it's just I don't know what we're going to call it, a card book. So you can see it all, the lovely pattern lays nicely along. You've got lots of places to catch your, and opens up in the center. So I hope you're as happy with it as I am. And then just tie your bow at the front when you've finished your decoration. Turn it round sideways so that you get the bow in the right position for you, and then you can trim your tails. But don't trim them in a hurry. Wait till you've everything in case it becomes bulky with photographs or whatever, and you don't want to lose your ribbon length, if you've trimmed it off too early. So that was badly done, but I'll be opening it again anyway. So that is my 2 wee books. And you can see the different one's very vintage looking, one's very manly looking, So I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, everything you need is going to be on my blog, and the link will be down below. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.